Hello everyone. The entire purpose of this recording is actually to just test out this microphone thing. But I wanted to do more than that, so I am going to read you a story that I made. It's like 3 pages. Yeah, it'll take a while, but here it is anyway. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess. This was Quinn, the Princess of America. Of course, America hadn't been discovered that long ago, and it certainly didn't have any princesses, but this is a fairy tale, so shut up. One day, the princess was having a girlish conversation with her sister, Princess Nicola. They did each other's hair and nails and giggled and talked about boys, because that's apparently what girls do when they don't have computers in front of them. I wouldn't know. Anyway, the girls were talking and laughing, etc., when the stonework of the palace wall exploded. As the dust settled, the godmother, dark magician Twilly, stepped through his self-made door with a malicious smirk on his face. "I'd like an audience with the princess," he told the servants, who were less than impressed at his entrance. "That was rude," they whispered to each other. "He could have used the gate like anyone else." After an awkward pause, one of the servants spoke up. "Which princess do you mean?" The magician narrowed his eyes and snapped his fingers. The servant died in a column of fire. "The older one, you dolt!" he snarled. The other servants hurried away, still muttering at his impoliteness. Sooner or later, Princess Quinn appeared in the hallway, still taking the curlers out of her hair. "What do you want, Twills?" she asked, tapping her fingers against the wall in annoyance. "You could have just written to me, you know." He sighed and picked rubble off of his cloak. "Yes, I know, but this is far more dramatic, don't you agree?" The princess couldn't really argue with that. "Now, to business," he continued. "I realize that you have in your possession a letter of great importance to me." "Yeah, so?" "Hand it over." Quinn contemplated this. The letter he spoke of was from a mutual friend, if Twilly and the noble, named Jake, could be considered friends. Jake had written an explanation of previous events that had severed their previous camaraderie. It involved love, loss, and despair. Out of sadness, Quinn had to eat raw cookie dough and later contracted salmonella as a result. She raised an eyebrow at Twilly's request. "You already know the details," she pointed out. "Why the heck would you want—" Her question was cut off as he brought a banhammer out of nowhere. "Hand it over," he repeated. "Bite me," she replied. Twilly scowled. Curses! Foiled again. On any other occasion, he would have actually hit her. But this is a fairy tale, so shut up. Instead, he teleported away and reappeared with the struggling Princess Nicola. "Then I'm kidnapping your beloved sister until further notice. Farewell, Quinn." "Hey!" Quinn yelled. "If you could teleport, why did you break our wall?" "Aren't you worried about me?" Nicola asked. Ignoring Nicola, Twilly grinned. "Your problem now," he replied as the two vanished. Despite the fact that this story is supposedly placed far back in time, Quinn procured a cell phone from her dress and started dialing. "Jake, see if you can get Josh and Dan. There's going to be another war." This is a transition. After several hours of getting lost, refusing to ask for directions, and finally realizing that the map was upside down, Quinn, Jake, Josh, and Dan finally reached the nearby country of Canada. How they managed to get lost on the way is a mystery. The four poked around for a while and eventually decided that they had no idea where Twilly lived other than, Canada. As 3 of his companions were present, and they had hit a dead end, Jake decided to ask if anyone would ref his roleplay battle. He received a lump on the head. Several hours later, Josh screamed an incoherent curse and whirled around to face the rest of the group. "We're idiots!" he bellowed, planting his face into his hands. "We can teleport!" The group facepalmed in unison and poofed away. This is a transition. They suddenly found themselves at the base of a large, ominous-looking black tower, with various ominous-looking decorations. Twilly's voice echoed around them. I've been expecting you. Do you like what I've done with the place? It's normally much less evil-looking, but this is a special occasion. Dan nodded as he took in the scenery. I like it. Very intimidating. Did you rip it off of something? Looks like a cross between Ganondorf's castle and the castle that never was. Did you play either of those? Jake asked. Josh picked up a stick and prodded some of the ominous-looking decorations. Ooh, this one's got rubies. Anyone got a wrench? Shut up! Quinn yelled and, to Dan's misfortune, struck out at the closest person. We're here to save Nicola, not to survey the landscape. Another echoey voice joined in. Oh good, you're saving me! I've been so bored! What? Twilly's voice asked. When did you loosen the duct tape? She ignored him. I've had nothing to do but eat stale junk food and watch him play Call of Duty. Can't you just teleport up here? No, said Twilly. I've disabled the... Call of Duty? Asked Josh. Weak old junk food? Asked Jake. In spite of his head wound, Dan sprinted toward the tower. Screw the rescue mission, he shouted. I haven't seen a game screen since this morning. His male comrade cheerfully followed. Twilly interjected as a barbed wire fence popped out of the ground. Work first, play later. Are any of you going to comply with my demands? There was a pause. Demands? The three boys looked at Quinn. Quinn looked back. He wanted that letter, she told Jake. Weren't any of you listening earlier? The reply was unanimous. No. Insert facepalm here. Well, I don't really mind, Jake piped up, fishing a copy of the letter out of his pocket. Can we come in now? And all was restored to normal. The end. Wow. That was a lame fairy tale. No gender bends, no transfigurations, not even a single kidney theft. What's wrong with me today? Hold on. I may be able to fix that kidney thing. Give me a sec.